So what I'm going to do is tomorrow is New Year's Day, and I got this ham on sale for $6.96, and I'm going to slice it up and cook it in the oven with some brown sugar and mustard. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take it out, and I like to rinse it off just because there's salt and all that extraness that I don't need. So I'm going to take it out of the container, rinse it off, and then skip to that part where I show you what to do next. So I have it on the plate. You want to make sure that your sink is clean before you do this. And I'm just going to take it out. Should have cut the side. And I'm just going to give it a quick rinse with the water, and then I'm going to slice it up. So now we're going to cut it up, and as you can see, I've cut off a few slices about a ½ inch thick, and I'm going to slice up the rest and show you what it looks like once it's all sliced up. So as you can see, once it starts to get cut up, it'll actually start to bend over. You want to keep all those pieces together. And we're going to finish it up, and I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, so now that it's all cut up, what we're going to do is we're going to put it into the pan that we're going to use to bake it in the oven. So how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to stand it up and grab it with my other hand and put it in. So I'm going to show you what it looks like once it's in. So now that we have it in the pan, what we're going to do is slide some of it down, just for when we put the glaze on, it'll actually be able to get through and get all the multiple pieces instead of just the top. So once it's in the pan, it'll look very much like that. So now we're going to skip to where we make the glaze, and I'm going to show you how to do that. What you'll need is some mustard and brown sugar. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some mustard into a jar. Now, how much you need is going to depend on how much you're making. I would say I need probably just about a cup of mustard at least. So I'm going to try it out with that. Now, what I like about this recipe is you can add as you go along. It's more of a texture thing, more instead of an add equal part. So we're going to add some brown sugar in and mix it up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in some brown sugar. And you're going to make sure your brown sugar is relatively soft because you don't want big clumps because they're hard to work with. So I'm just going to break that up. And a good way to break it up is put it off the counter. Now, I'm making a bunch, so if you are making a small amount, you probably wouldn't need to add that much in. I'd say it's probably about a cup as that as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix it together. And once it gets to the desired texture, you'll see exactly what your sauce should look like. Now, I can add in extra mustard if I want, or more brown sugar depending on how much I need. Now, I've been making this since I was a kid, so I'm pretty used to making it. So now that we have the sauce mixed up, it's exactly the texture it should be. It's not too thin and it's not too thick. You can work with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the ham now, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So what we're going to do now is put spoons on it, and we're going to want to be next to the pan to avoid a mess. And once we have it on, what I'm going to do is use this spatula and just spread it over evenly. And I'm going to continue to do that until it's ready to go in the oven. And now, as you can see where we space them a little bit there, we can actually take this spatula, lift it up, and get in between now without touching the meat or anything like that. So I'm just going to continue to do it and show you what it's going to look like once it's done. It's just about to go in the oven. It's all covered in the glaze. Now I'm going to wrap it up with tin foil and bake it on 350 for about an hour and a half because it is sliced up now, so it won't take as long. Now, if I hadn't sliced it up, it would take about a ½ hour per pound, and it's about 6 pounds, so it would take 3 hours. But it's not going to need that time to cook because it's sliced up. So I'm going to show you what it looks like once it comes out of the oven, and that's what I'm going to do. So it's about a ½ hour from being ready, and I'm just going to uncover it now and take the juice and pour it over again. And then I'm going to put it back in the oven for about a half hour or so and show you what it looks like once it's done. So there's what it's going to look like once it's done. So I'm going to take it out of the oven now. And if you like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.